You see these kicks? These kicks were dirty. They were beat up. I couldn't wear them. But I got in contact with Lara Murchie at 537 Shawmut Ave, the fashion center, and he brought these beauties back to life. Get in touch with him if you need your kicks clean, your furniture done, your purses done. It ain't called the fashion center for no reason. At 537 Shawmut Ave in historic South Boston. Just tell him your boy sent ya. Peace. What is going on, good people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Say That Podcast, where you know I'm always yelling, don't say this, say that. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in to my last episode with Fabian. If you haven't already, it's available right now on my YouTube page. And also check out his freestyle, because that man dropped some bars after his episode. If you want the audio, it's available on Spotify Podcasts and Apple Podcasts. But as always, you know where to follow me. It's on IG. The pod's Instagram is say_that_pod. My personal is REPETE617. So for today's interview, ladies and gentlemen, this is hands down one of the biggest to date. The man sitting here with me right now is, without a doubt, a legend in the hip-hop community, especially right here in Massachusetts. And it's really somebody I've been wanting on for this road to 100. So I got to give a round of applause to the man, the myth, the legend, Termanology. What's going on, my man?
That was nice. I like that.
I like that intro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give everybody a nice intro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that was dope.
But for the legend, I gotta go a little above and beyond for that.
Appreciate you, man.
Of course. So, man, to start off, like, I've been a rap fan for like 20 straight years, and you have been that one constant all those years. You know, going on 25 almost already, with work you've done with like Tech recently, Paul Wall, members of the Wu. How have you been able to keep your stamp on the rap game as it's evolved throughout this time, and also as you've kind of maybe changed with the times, but also while staying true to yourself?
Yeah, man, just having fun. Like, you got to do it because it's fun. If you're only doing it for bread, you're going to give up. Because it's just like any other job, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't want to get up and go to work every day. You know what I mean? Right. You'd rather just be chilling, but at the same time, if you love what you do, it makes it a lot easier to go through stuff for it. So, yeah, 20 years, 20 plus years of doing the same thing. It's like sometimes, you kind of like have a love-hate relationship with it, but I don't want to do anything else for sure. This Absolutely. Is it. I love doing this. I love doing all the stuff I do, rapping, making beats, writing, producing, co-producing, executive producing, writing books, doing events, helping other artists come up. It's like it's all rolled into a day in the life. Every single day I'm doing all of those things, right. And also making 50 plus albums right. along the way.
It's just crazy.
It's just nonstop, crazy. Yeah.
Well, that's what I kind of wanted to get into is the work ethic. When it comes to that, dropping, 50 albums, soon it's going to be 100. Like, right. Say we're gonna close our eyes, and then we're going to be on Term's 100th album. Not many people in the rap game really have that work ethic. Like, yeah. they're so content with, maybe just dropping like one a year, maybe one every 5 years. But somehow they still maintain that like status within the game. But with you, you've constantly had your foot on the rap game. So my question would be, what would your advice be to some artist who's up and coming like that, who, maybe kind of self-doubts themselves? And they're like, oh, why am I really doing this? I'm not getting the streams right now. And then they go away, and then you might not hear them ever again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't give up. That's one. But also, like, know when to give up, too. So it's kind of like you're saying two different things, But I think if you really believe in it and you're investing time in it, just keep tweaking it until you get it where you need it to be. And I think the biggest problem is people just want to get it overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. Absolutely. It's impossible. Even the biggest like labels invested millions of dollars into artists that they couldn't get to pop because people just weren't relating to the artists. Like people weren't gravitating. Nobody's coming to the shows. Nobody believes in the brand. Like it don't matter. So yeah, it takes money to make money. It's good to have money and invest in yourself in this. But this is a long game effort, and if you're not in it for real, if you're not in it to respect the culture and learn the culture and do good business with people and make quality art, it's gonna show, and you're gonna get weeded out immediately, if not eventually, because the people that are doing good stuff, they all know who each other is, and they keep it like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just can't be just coming in, just trying to force your stuff on people. You gotta earn your shit.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because especially with today's microwave culture, you know, with the TikToks, the IG Reels, all that stuff, it's like, you know, someone could go viral overnight.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where the concern kind of steps in, because how do you maintain that?
Yeah.
99% of the people don't know how to maintain that. That's why it's like, I remember telling my old co-host, it's like, yo, bro, if we popped off after episode 3, we would be in a bad spot.
Right.
Like, the numbers are good, you know, people, we're getting noticed, but like, you don't know how to maintain that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather be on this journey to 100 episodes than literally pop off after episode 5, because now I know what it takes. A lot of people who get that, you know, viral hit overnight, that's it, they're gone. And I can relate to that because I've listened to those people, and, you know, I listened to them 6 years ago, and 6 years later, they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, you can't even find a new episode.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, you got to really stick your nose to the grind and actually put your foot down and really, you know, it's the pedal to the metal. Just keep going forward type shit.
Can't skip steps.
Absolutely not.
You know
what I'm saying? Hell no.
Listen to people. Try to get around like-minded people. Try to get around people that have already done what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Learn
and like
from
you
them.
said, you can't force it.
No, you
know
can't
what I mean?
force it.
Everything has to come naturally, because with the legends you've been around, you being the legend yourself, you know, it's easy to weed people out like that who are trying to force it.
Yeah.
And it actually does more damage than good. It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Even with money, like, a lot of the times where I spent the most money thinking that something was going to pop, it was the thing that people connected with the least. Even with I did everything right. Sometimes all it took was a couple dollars to make something go crazy, because I knew it. And then sometimes I thought I had some, put a bag behind it, and it didn't go nowhere. And then something else I did for free went crazy. So that's why you just got to keep taking mad shots, bro, because the plan ain't going to work.
Right.
The plan changes every day.
Exactly.
You know, and you got to be able to change with the plan.
Right.
You
And
can't
I feel
be
like
stuck on it. Like, can't be mad at
That's
your
people's
label, your
problem.
manager, your
really
investor. You can't be mad at yourself. You just, the game changes.
Exactly.
If you
And
can't change with it, you're going to get left behind. That's it.
Absolutely. And I feel like it comes from my generation, you know, not to bury them and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but in terms of stuff like that, they're probably like the least educated in that field, because we're constantly being fed all this microwave culture stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, all right, it happened for them, it can happen for me. It's like, well, you're not looking at the bigger picture there.
Yeah.
So, but with all the albums you dropped, of course, this recent one with Teknology dropping not too long ago, you know, like I said, 50 albums, we're approaching, you know, 100's going to come very, very soon. Do you feel like there's an album or EP, CD, tape that you feel are yours that really goes underrated, that you kind of wish people would listen more or really get the message more or something like that?
Yeah, you know what's cool about them, man? They're all rated in different spaces, and they kind of live in certain times, like where a lot of times when people come up to me like, yo, Politics as Usual, man, that was my favorite album. That got me through some stuff. I already know that they're talking about between the years of 2008 and 2010. I already know. Like, if you didn't really get the album back then, you missed that boat. Now it's on to the next thing. Yo, that Physiology, man. Oh, my God, that 1982. So it's kind of like these pieces are like living like monuments in my career that you kind of had to be there for the moment. Like right now is the Teknology moment. You know, we're doing great. We're charting with the album. People loving the music. Everything's going amazing. And it's like some people are only around for this season. They're going to remember like, yo, that Teknology time though, that was it. So yeah, I guess they're all underrated to me because they're all commercially underrated. But like some of the ones that probably got slept on was like Dame Grease one, Set on Stone. Set in Stone. I feel like that was mad slept on. Yeah. Like we had a single with me and Method Man. We had another single, me and Vado. We had one with me, Sheik Luch, and Little Fame, the Black Mass, that was crazy. Like we had some real monstrous records on that album, and just sometimes they get slept on.
All right.
You just gotta make another one. That's it.
Well, what's good about your music and your career is, to put it in 2025 terms, it's bingeable. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, you know, you weren't there for these moments, but still tune in, like listen to the evolution.
Yeah.
And what's great about you putting out all these projects is you've managed to make each one feel special. You know what I mean? It's not just like, It really isn't, because when people see that number, it's like, oh, he's just putting out shit to drop shit. It's like, you could say that about other people, not about Term. Like,
it's real. I treat everyone like a classic. I treat it like, yo, this has to be up to the standard of everything else. And I know I got some classics in my catalog, at least like, 3 of them. So shit, it's like, I know what it takes. So I'm striving for greatness every time.
Of course.
And I love that. The quality over quantity is really the move. Like, because I could be dropping hundreds of songs a year, but I'm only dropping the best ones I make at a ridiculous rate. It just seems...
I've heard the stories,
crazy.
Saying
like,
how long you've been in the studio. You basically live in the studio.
I dropped 100 songs in 2024.
It's crazy.
100. You know what I'm saying? It was like 50 of them on, the 4 projects I did.
Yep.
They tallied to 50. Then it was like 30 features. That's 80. I produced like 10 joints. That's another 10. And then there was some random ones I didn't catch until after. You know what I mean? So I do so many songs that I wake up and be like, yo, 3 songs just dropped. Right. For real. Like, yo, this song you did with this person just dropped. It's crazy.
Well,
it's so much work.
Good you mentioned, like, not just like you making the song and the features, like the producing side of things too.
Yeah.
That's how you always know you always have a stamp on the rap game in some shape or form. As you just said, off camera with the sampling you did for Jim Jones's latest joint and stuff like that. So again, it just keeps speaking to the legend that you are.
Thank you, bro.
But to add to it, and this is actually a cool story, because literally before I came here, I was at work. I seen a dude with a Good Dad Gang hat on.
Let's go.
And I'm like, yo, that's such a cool coincidence and stuff like that. I told him, I was like, yo, I'm actually like talking to this guy tonight.
That's fire.
But with the new book you got, 100 Ways to Be a Better Dad, out now, by the way. You can get it on Amazon, I'm sure, wherever you can get books. We're gonna plug that in for sure.
Yep.
I recalled hearing you on a recent interview, and apologies if I forget the platform, but it was really real what you said. You said, you went into a Barnes & Noble. You went to the parenting section. It's like all stuff about moms and stuff like that. And even the stuff that was about dads was kind of relating back to, like, how can you be there for the mom and stuff like that. It never really took an internalized version of, like, yo, this is what the dad can do.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who are, like, younger fathers. And maybe they had different, like, aspirations and stuff like that. Now they have to go on the back burner because, they got to raise a child and stuff like that.
Right.
So for those, like, younger fathers, like, what is the suggestion that you would do to kind of balance the dream and while also raising your child?
Yeah, let's go through some pages in the
Absolutely.
book. I think so the coolest thing about this book is, you kind of highlighted it already, is just that there's not another book like it, right? So
Absolutely
with the
not.
Research I did, it's like I did about 4 years of research while I was writing it, and all the books that I kept finding were like ways to help mom when they're expecting, what to expect as a new dad for dummies, like changing diapers, stuff like that, right?
The basics.
And that's great, and it's amazing, and I think those books are great. There's no book like this where I'll give you some of our chapters,
Of course,
and you'll know the difference. Holding yourself accountable, how to handle your visits being cut short. Can you imagine that?
Absolutely not.
I mean, that's somebody taking your kid.
Right.
Like, can you? Like,
I've heard the horror stories. I actually remember hearing you tell one of those stories on the Rap Dads podcast.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that was a really dope interview.
Thank you. Shout out to Rap Dads. They got a great platform. Then you go through other things like bad habits. You got financial IQ. You got culture. Raising a decent child. Parental alienation.
Like, this is the deep stuff.
This is real stuff
like,
that I wrote from my heart. Every word in this book was me.
Right.
Shout out to Maggie too. Maggie edited it, and she's an amazing editor, and got a lot of love for her and her peoples too. She definitely helped put this book together. But these are all my words.
Right.
These are all my chapters. These are all my ideas.
Experiences and stuff.
Honestly,
like that.
sometimes I need to read the book myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real, because you might forget. Especially with having a kid young, right? If you're having a kid at 21 years old or younger, you're like a kid having a kid.
Absolutely.
You can't even rent a car.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
barely buy alcohol at that age.
Right, yeah. They don't... In this economy, I mean, dudes is still living with their mom at that time. Right. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are having kids young. It don't only pertain to them, but they need help. They need some advice from somebody who's been through it. So something that I gave advice was like, okay, you need to go to court to see your kid, whatever. Let's just say... you're the mother and you break up and you're like, all right, I gotta go to court in order to see the kid. She don't want to let me see the kid. You go get a court date. When you show up on time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you show up looking fresh. Look like you have your stuff in order.
Presentable. You know what I mean?
Maybe
Right.
throw a tie on.
Mm-hmm.
Go over there clean. You know, don't go over there dirty. Like you was doing
Fuck
drugs
no.
or
Yeah.
you was drinking and you got alcohol in your breath. Like, I'm not judging nobody on what nobody does. But just, you know, get your stuff together. Like,
Because with that's the important stuff right there.
yeah,
you know
you
what I'm
gotta,
saying?
you going over there
That's
to,
your flesh and blood. Like, you gotta,
yeah,
like...
and you going there to prove why you should be in the kid's life. So, you know what I'm saying? It's unfair that fathers are judged in a specific way that mothers ain't when it comes time to being able to see their kid. So, for instance, she could just go to the judge and say, "Oh, he be smoking weed," and then they're like, "All right, well, we got to test you for smoking weed to see if you be smoking." So it's like, but she could be smoking weed,
Right.
and they won't test her. So it's like,
It's a bad double
it's unfair
standard.
sometimes
Right.
what you got to go through as a dad. But the thing is that you have to see the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that you're in your kid's life and you're raising your kid. So if it's unfair, it doesn't matter. You have to put that aside because the greater goal is to be a dad that's present and to be a better dad.
Absolutely.
So just that, you know, that ideology is what this is all about. Don't keep trying. You know what I'm saying? Go get it.
Right. Absolutely. Because,
Yeah,
like you said, in today's economy, you know, those young dads, you know, they need all the help they can get.
for sure.
To have someone, you know, of your standard make a book like this and actually take time out of his, like, rap career to actually write about this, it's like, you got to appreciate that. You
Thank
know what I'm
you,
saying?
man.
It's stuff that, like, you know, 10, 20, 50 years down the road, as the times keep changing, it's like that book, those type of lessons
Yeah,
are
man.
going to still be relevant.
I
So
believe
putting
that.
pen to paper
Thank
and
you.
actually, like, having something physical that will last.
Yeah.
That's the important part
Thank
of it
you,
as
man.
well, of course.
And I tell people if it don't apply, let it fly. Like if you read something about being a single daddy, you're like, oh, I'm married though. All right, that chapter's not for you.
Right.
Just breeze
Yo,
through
it's
it.
100 ways.
There's gonna be
Like,
some
you know what I'm
stuff
saying?
in there
This-
that's for
right,
you, for
right.
sure. You know.
Even if it's one thing,
Yeah, it's
there's
gonna
gonna
help
be
you.
some stuff
yeah,
that's
and
gonna
it's
help
definitely
you.
more than that.
Right.
You know?
Of course.
For sure.
Absolutely. But that's what's awesome, man, because,
Thank you, man.
you know, it's inspiring. As, you know, I'm not a dad yet,
Yeah.
but like I said, I've had friends who are fathers, and I've seen it, bro. You know, I've
Yeah.
seen the and I feel bad for them about, you know, wherever their lives are taking them with their kid. But
Yeah.
it's like, you know, bro, it's a kid at the end of the day. It's your flesh and blood. Like,
Yeah,
this
gotta
is the
fight for it.
legacy. You know, whether it's a daughter or a son, I've seen how my parents treated me when, you know, when I was growing up, and like that really didn't click until I was kind of in my late 20s. You know, I'm 28 right now, and that didn't really click for me until, like, you know, 3 years ago, because it's like, wow, like I'm really, like, not all you got in a way. You know,
Right.
I don't have brothers or sisters.
Okay.
I'm an only child, so, you know, I see why my mom goes hard for that. My
Yeah.
mom, like, really takes pride in, like, me.
That's great.
You know,
Yeah.
and that sometimes, like, it really reflects on me how I, like, feel down on myself.
Okay.
But it's like, all right, bro, you got a dad and a mom who love you. It's like, there really is nothing stopping you.
Make them proud. Go get it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why, you know, stuff like this, stuff like tonight, making my own brand would say that is, that's how I want to honor their legacy.
Dope.
Because, you know, they sacrificed what they could for me. Let me go get mine.
I love
Type
it.
of shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But with that, I always ask, you know, all the dads of this who have been on this platform, but you specifically having a lifestyle brand that centers around, you know, being a good dad. What do you want the legacy of Good Dad Gang to be, you know, when it's all said and done?
Man, I haven't thought of that. That's a crazy question. Probably something I would have to think about, like, deeper than giving you a one-word answer. But I mean, overall, we just want to help people, man. We just want to help dads. We want to help kids. We just want to help people overall. We do backpack giveaways, and half the people that come are not dads. You know, they're moms and they're grandmas and they're whatever. You know, we just trying to help people. I come from Lawrence, Mass. That's the poorest city of Mass.
Shout out 978, baby.
Yeah, 978. It's like, if you know, some of these areas they could use the help. And we're doing all of that stuff, man. We're doing fashion. We got it to a point where dads have their own sneakers now. You know, we
I've
got
seen those,
Good
yep.
Dad Gang, Patrick Ewing
Right,
collab.
yep.
So yeah, man, it's like before us, dads never had their own sneakers. Now they do.
Right.
Now we got a Good Dad Gang book. Excuse me, doing all these cool collabs where you want to be proud, you know, being a dad and hanging out with your kid, and you want to rock some stuff that reflects that. It's not only Good Dad Gang, but it's Good Dad Gang, Diamond Supply, it's Good Dad Gang, Gangstar, Good Dad Gang, Ewing, Good Dad Gang, you know, whatever else is coming up with the collabs and
That's
stuff.
so fire, bro.
So yeah, man, it's all of that, you know, events. We're teaching people. I'm teaching young kids how to rap. I'm mentoring artists, all that stuff.
You've been doing a backpack drive for like the last 10 years or so, right?
Yep,
now,
10
right?
years,
Wow.
yep. This will be the 11th year.
That's crazy, man. Like, it's crazy,
Dad
and when I
Gang,
say
yeah.
crazy, it's crazy in a good way. You know what I mean?
No, it's a
Because-
great thing, man.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest things that I've done in my life, and I kind of didn't really realize it until this year. They honored me. The city gave me like a plaque where,
Yep.
you know.
Saw that. Well deserved.
Thank
like,
you.
know
It
what I
was
mean?
just like, when I really read it, it was like, damn, wow. It's like, we want to honor you for doing 10 years of service, you know, and you didn't have any help, and you did this all yourself. And from the kind of see your heart, like the city really salutes you for that. So I think that kind of put a battery in my back. Like, yeah, you know what? Let's do another 10. Let's do it bigger and better for the next 10.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what's up, man. Because with rap and with a lot of hip hop, you know, there is community involvement. However, in terms of just making your own lifestyle brand out of that, I really don't see any other rapper doing so. You know, you kind of made the blueprint for that.
For sure.
So if somebody was like, yo, they don't want to do Good Dad Game, but maybe something else around that, it's like, well, you know what? The blueprint's already there.
Yeah.
So was that the original idea for it, or it just came along to the point where it's like, yo, like I really am the only other rapper doing this?
Like creating a movement for dads.
Right, yeah.
I would say I'm the first. There's a bunch of people doing it now, and I'm happy for them. I don't feel like I don't have to own the space. You know what I mean? It's not like a monopoly on being a good dad. I think the thing that I will say is I help make it cool.
Yes,
For sure. Good
absolutely.
Dad Gang was the first brand, fatherhood lifestyle brand, especially taking it to celebrities and taking it to that level where we had, you know, all Ludacris wearing it on his birthday and on Father's Day and stuff like that, posting it. The post getting millions of views. Jamie Foxx wearing it. You know, Everlast, House of Pain, DJ Premier, all these people, you know, wearing the brand. And then DJ Premier did the commercial for us where he made the beat, you know, the Premier Good Dad Gang commercial beat with 2 Chainz talking on it, Ice-T talking on it, LL, Fat Joe. These people are making a Good Dad Gang commercial.
Legit.
You know what I mean?
Imagine that.
And Primo made that happen, so shout out to Primo. But yeah, like, you can't pay for something like that. These are blessings that came from God, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing a good
Very well
thing.
said.
You can't pay all those, even if you afforded it, if you could afford it, you know how much it would be to book all those artists I just said for a commercial?
You're looking at the millions right there.
Millions,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying?
And there was more. I didn't even name the other 20 people that's on it.
Right.
But yeah, man, shout out to all our early supporters like Jadakiss, The Locks, Static, like so many people been rocking Good Dad Gang from day one. Now we got Dustin Poirier, UFC legend.
Oh,
yeah,
yo,
Dustin.
shout out to Diamond,
Yeah,
baby.
shout out to the Diamond.
I love Dustin
Yeah,
Diamond
one of my
Poirier.
favorite. I'm a UFC fanatic.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, man. So he's about it with the brand. He been wearing the sneakers,
That's what's up.
wearing the hat, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Gotta wear it to the ring. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I
don't
know.
I don't know what the sponsorship is there because, you know, I did, as much as fanatic I am, I know
Yeah.
kind of like the
here's
business side of things
here's
too.
the deal, right? He's saying one more fight, right? That's what he's going on.
Yeah, 'cause he's
one
gotta
more.
go
He
out,
said
yeah.
he was gonna retire, and then he was like, you know what? Nah, one more.
Yeah.
So he wants to go out big with a big fight. So I don't think right now would be a time to ask him for his last fight to do me a favor.
Yeah.
But wishful thinking, it would be nice if he wore some Good Dad Gang stuff.
Just
That'd
a
be
hat
cool.
right to the ring,
That'd be
you know
cool.
what I'm saying?
You know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
We'll see. But I'm not expecting it. You know, I don't feel like he owes me anything.
Yeah, it's already a blessing seeing him in that shit.
just
you know what I'm saying?
seeing him fight, man. I'm happy for him because he's a super goat and a super legend.
Oh, yeah. It's, like I said, that's like one sport I could talk for hours
Yeah,
about UFC. You know what I'm
same.
saying? So that's
We gotta
mad
do a
cool.
whole nother episode just on
100%,
UFC.
yeah, you know
For
what I'm
real.
saying? Yeah.
I be going crazy, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like obsessed.
Yeah,
I be trying not even to do shows to watch.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah.
Yo, if there's a pay-per-view that day, don't
Yeah.
invite me out to the bars. Don't invite me anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm booked.
Not
I'm booked.
that
That's it. That's
Unless
it.
unless it's a crazy bag. Yo, the last time I got booked in Denver, which it was a great show. I loved the show.
Of course.
But I was like, yo, how much? Shorty at the bar was like, yo, listen, how much?
Yeah.
$90. Here you go. I gave her $100. Put the UFC. I had the whole bar. I had the whole place in Denver at the bar watching UFC with me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love that, bro.
Yeah, that's a real fact. That's how I get down.
Yeah.
Do
What you
wa-
think of the last pay-per-view?
The Marab?
Yeah.
That was good. I thought the Marab fight was good.
Unbelievable. I became a Marab guy because of that.
Yeah,
low-key,
Marab
yeah.
fight was good. The Islam one was over too fast. I knew it would be.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
tapped out after the Marab fight. I'm like, yo, because
Yeah.
I just know UFC like that. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
Islam's about to kill him. It's
we
like,
kind
I'm
of had
tired.
had a really good first half round, and he was winning.
Yeah.
You know, he was winning on all scorecards. Then he got choked out like everybody else.
Right, of course.
So it was
That's
like,
It's inevitable at that
yeah,
point.
you
know
have
what I mean?
hope. You want to be like, oh shit, you know, somebody's gonna finally beat Islam, but you know what I mean?
Nah, I think
quiet.
at this point with him, to get a little off topic,
Yeah.
I think he's retiring with the belt, like Khabib
Yeah,
type
he
of shit.
really
you know what I mean?
really should. The only difference is he lost once. Khabib retired.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's
Yeah,
no
that's right,
reason.
he did lose
There's no
one,
reason
right.
if you're not chasing.
Right.
You're what 40-1. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, bro.
It's whatever it
It's
is,
still
right
breaking
there.
records. He's still a GOAT, and
Oh, of
I
course.
think he's not retiring anytime soon.
Oh,
He's-
hell no.
that
Like, we
dude's
gonna
gonna-
have him for a while.
Yeah, he's gonna
yeah.
be fucking people up. Somebody got to find the cheat code on him, like how Pereira did with Adesanya. Like somebody got to find that cheat code. How do
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get in his head?
Because once they do, they're going to take that next step like Pereira did.
Right.
Like Pereira's that guy now,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah, he's
'Cause,
my favorite right
he,
now.
He literally, I was an Adesanya guy, still am.
Yeah, me too.
But then, Pereira knocked him. I'm like, okay. They knocked out the next time. I'm like, yo, this guy's
Crazy.
him, bro.
No,
Like,
he's
it's
him.
crazy.
I can't wait for his next fight too.
Oh, yeah, they just announced it. Fuck, who's he fighting? It's a good fight, too.
I forgot his name, but yeah, that's
Whatever.
gonna be a
But,
good
yeah.
one.
All I'm saying is skip UFC 312 because that card sucks. So if
Who's
you,
on it?
It's Driscus and
I
Sean
want to see that.
Strickland,
I
too.
want to see that.
I'm not a fan of either of those dudes.
I like
but
that fight. I thought that was a great
let me
fight.
tell you something. If you got a show that night,
Yeah.
just wait till the main event. All the undercard sucks. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like,
okay.
Zay Wei Lang's on it, and she's
Oh
good.
no, yeah, I fuck with her.
Yo, she's good, and she was actually on the Boston card when O'Malley beat Funkmaster Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're like, it was getting late. I'm like, yo, just knock her out. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's going the whole 5 rounds. I'm like, that's why I'm thankful.
I love her. I'm a fan of her.
Oh, of course. That's why I'm
She's
thankful O'Malley knocked out Aljo
Yeah.
because
was
every
a-
fight was going to decision. I'm like,
Bro,
come on, dog.
That was a perfect place for it to happen.
It's my first UFC event. Like, let's go.
Oh, word.
Let's get to the nitty gritty like that.
Yeah, there's a few. We got a little community. There's a couple of us
Oh,
that
of
like the
course.
shit. Nems
Right.
is one of my guys. I could talk UFC with.
That's
it's
what's
a
up.
few of us.
Because it's always good to take a break from all the music stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what are your other
Oh my
interests
God,
and stuff
man.
like
Listen,
that? Like,
dog.
you know what I mean?
All I do is rap my whole life. I started rapping at 9. I'm 42. I literally got 30 years of rapping, bro.
Legit.
Like,
It's
some-
like-
that's what I would do is be like, yo, what's up, man? Like, just trying to talk rap. You're
Yeah.
like, sometimes you're like, not today.
Yeah. Like, yo, UFC's on.
Yeah, man,
Let's crack a
UFC,
beer.
listen,
Let's
dog.
watch that. Yeah.
I'm a Celtic fanatic, big Patriots fan.
Yes, sir.
And UFC fanatic. Those are like my 3.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So I gotta ask, yo, what's good with the Celtics right now, bro?
I think they're looking good. I think everybody's just playing them like
casual.
it's game 7. Like everybody's going hard at them and
Yeah.
it's making them make mistakes. But I think that they're gonna coast their way and turn it up in the playoffs.
Like I said, we ain't at the All-Star break yet, so
Yeah.
once we get to that point, we'll
Yup.
see. We'll see what's good.
I went to that All-Star game where Tatum dropped 55. That shit was crazy.
I've been dying to go to the All-Star
And I
game.
snuck into that All-Star game.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, so I got to hit the story about that. Hold
Yeah,
on.
that was crazy.
Yo, how'd you sneak in?
So basically, one of my mans had the ticket, right? And the ticket was on the phone.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, just come with me. And I'm like, you're bugging, bro. We're not going to get in. You got to pass by like 3-4 different people. You got to
Yeah.
pass by police. You got to pass by, you got to show them the shit. They scan it. Like, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah, of course.
Yo, trust me. I got you. Watch. We're going to make it work. I'm like, all right. I'm in Utah. I'm
Yeah.
already there
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a show.
Right.
And my man's going to the All-Star game. How I'm not going to go? I just don't know how I'm going to get in. Worst case scenario, I got the Cash App on deck, so I was going to pay a scalper or,
Right.
because the tickets are sold out. It's a wrap. And they're crazy bread. So whatever. We go through the gate. Guy's like, yo. He's like, my man's like, nah, we just walk. Whatever. Keep walking. Walk past him. Walk past another dude. Dude's like, can I see your ticket? He went. He just act like he swiped it.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. All right, cool. Got by him. Third dude, now it's a cop at the steps.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
We're there. He's like, yep. He got his ticket too. Okay, boom. Didn't even look at mine. Got in. This is when I'm like, fuck, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Now you get to the spot where you take out all your shit.
Oh,
And you walk through the joint?
Yeah.
So he goes like this, and then he passes me the phone.
Okay.
And then I show Shorty the same ticket. She's like, so now I get through, but now my heart's like, doom, doom, doom. Because Now there's one more final step before you get through. That real
Yo,
one.
this is like looks like a level of a video game or some shit right now.
Nah,
You know what
real
I'm saying?
talk.
He's
So-
going like some Mario level or something right
so
now.
we get to the final thing. This is when that block, you get through, it's kind of like a TSA vibe.
Yeah.
You get through that, there's a final door that you got to show them before you go through that door, right?
Yeah.
So that door, my man goes like this. He shows it to Shorty. The girl looks. Then he passes me the phone and he goes, go, go, go. Like tells me to go, like run.
Yeah.
There's a dude standing there too. And I just walk off and they're like, hey, hey. They keep talking to me. I'm like, I walk off mad fast.
I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got the ticket, the real ticket.
Okay.
Right? But now they him and my man up. So he's like, yo, what are you talking about? Da-da-da. So he starts arguing with them, so they take him. So when they ask him to see the ticket, he has the real ticket because he was the only one with a ticket anyway.
Oh, shit.
Right? So he shows the ticket. I just got the screenshot of the ticket. So when he calls me, yo, all right, I'm over here. Come to this section. I come to the section. There was a whole row of people. Nobody was there. I was like, boom. Sat down. Watched the motherfucking All-Star game for free.
Yo, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
I love
gangsta
that.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Gangsta shit.
That's what's up.
Shout out to my man. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to get him in
No,
trouble.
right, yeah, we ain't gonna. Cause
Yeah.
listen, hey, the All-Star game's looking like it's coming to Boston the next couple of years.
That'll be
so,
fire.
You know what I'm saying? We're open.
Yeah.
I said this to all my boys. It's like, for as legendary as a sports city and state as we are, we have not gotten an All-Star game in any capacity, NHL, MLB, NBA since 1999.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
What was the one we got in 99?
Red Sox, Fenway,
Okay.
you know, the classic,
Yeah.
the one that's got like all those Boston hats and a chokehold, you know what I'm saying? I either see that logo
Yeah.
or I see the 2004 World Series logo on the side, so it's that type of shit.
That's dope.
But yeah, we haven't
Yeah, I
got
know
one
the
since
one you're
19...
talking about now.
You know what I'm saying? Since
Yeah.
99, like,
How about, has the Celtics ever got one?
I think, dead serious, I think it hasn't been since like the 60s and 70s.
You know why though? Because there's only 18,000 seats.
That's true.
So if they
Yeah.
can go to Dallas and get 100,000
Well, they
people,
do them at those stadiums too
right,
and
that's
shit
what I'm
like
saying.
that, right?
They get 100,000, 50,000 to 100,000 people to pay,
That's
or
true.
bring it to Boston, 20,000. Hell no.
Yeah.
The sponsorship money would have to be insane
Right,
for them
that's
to
true.
consider it.
But it makes you think it's like, all
But,
right.
but they got enough money.
Yeah, true.
Throw the
right,
fucking
exactly.
shit in the garden
right,
one time.
Because that's my thing. It's like, all right, in the recent years, it's been in Charlotte, Cleveland,
Yup.
Utah. You know what I'm saying? You got all these NBA players wanting to go out at night and shit like that. What are they
Yeah.
gonna do there? Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's like
It was
I
rough.
remember.
I was in Utah for 3 days. I went to everything. I went to the slam dunk contest. I went to all of
hell
that.
yeah. Like
'Cause
I said,
I bought a
it's a
ticket
whole
for one,
thing.
and then I got in one for free.
That's what's
But
up.
I was there the whole weekend, so I was. Bro, we snuck backstage when Mac McClung won. When
That's
he
what's
won the
up,
dunk
yeah.
contest, we snuck backstage past like 3 different security guards.
Yeah.
Walked right in as he's doing the shit like this with ESPN. My man's like, "Yo, take a picture." He just puts his arm around him. He's like, they take the picture. I swear to God, they're like, "Who are these guys?" They kicked us out.
yeah.
It was crazy, bro. We were fucking menaces.
Oh man,
Crazy shit.
Woo, I love that. You know
My
what I'm
boy was
saying?
wild and he posted the pic like he just.
I'm with this.
He
like,
was
you know what
just
I'm saying?
dunking like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And we snuck downstairs and got there and took the pic with the fucking trophy. I swear to God, on my mother, bro. Real shit. Like, shit is crazy. I'm a basketball fanatic,
Oh,
dog.
of course. I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got to ask, you know, before we get back to regular questions, ask Fabian on this too. Who's your all-time starting five?
Damn, man.
You know what I'm saying? Fabe actually gave me a good one. He was like, his all-time favorite player was CP3, and I respect that
That's
a lot.
good.
Because that's not someone you think of with anything.
Yeah. So you're picking one.
1 through 5. That's all.
Man.
All time.
All I could say is like that '08 Celtics team, the whole team, that was just like that was my favorite team. You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that. I
That was
respect
my
that a
that
lot.
was my favorite team
Easy.
because I was going to those games when we were losing more than winning. The $10 tickets.
I was there
I was
too,
up
yep.
there in the bleachers. I'm talking about all those years that we had Paul that he couldn't.
Right.
You know, he couldn't
get
win,
over that threshold.
and he didn't have the help. And you know, they put together some nice little runs, but they weren't able to get through it. You know what I'm saying? So when he finally won, when they had Rondo, when they had KG, when they had Perk, when they had the whole team, like you know what I'm saying? KG,
That's my favorite ball player.
That
Celtics
team
player of
right
all
there,
time right
even
there.
though it was really only like a 2-year run, and Perk broke his leg and they lost, which they
KG
should
got hurt
they
in
should have won.
2009.
They should have won.
Right.
You know, there was like a 2 to 3 year run, but that was the squad that I just loved right there.
Of course.
That's my
Rondo
squad.
became my favorite point guard all time.
That's
like
ill.
he's due for the Hall of Fame right there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I'm like, he better get in.
Yeah.
Like that's a bona fide Hall of Famer right there. And if you don't think so, then you don't know ball.
Nah, for
I'm not
sure.
even saying that as a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
Like you literally do not know basketball if you don't think Rajon Rondo's a Hall of
sure.
Famer. And I'm gonna stamp that
Man,
easy.
John Stockton was my favorite when I was a kid. Like I used to watch those wars, like Jazz versus Bulls and shit. Like those wars, like Knicks versus Bulls, all those crazy old school rivalries and shit. Indiana, Celtics, like That shit was fire, man. I miss all those. I be watching them sometimes. I'll go on YouTube and just watch like old games when dudes is really like fucking each other up, like elbowing the shit out of each other.
Absolutely. Bad Boy
Like,
Pistons type
yeah,
shit.
all
you know
that
what
shit.
I mean?
Yeah, that was ill.
But that's my thing with people who are like, oh, you really think like Jordan's better and stuff like that. It's like, bro, you can watch film. Like, he's not Bigfoot. He existed. Like,
Facts.
his whole career is like online.
Yeah.
If you want to like be the judge of something, go look it up.
Go watch it,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's why that's why they save all these clips. That's why the tape library for the NBA is so extensive.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a misconception within the younger generation that the OGs kind of had it easy, and I don't think it's like that at all. I
Absolutely
think
not.
they had it worse.
defense was way better
Yeah,
back
they
then.
had it worse. They were getting hacked crazy, and nobody
Right.
was calling shit.
Right. Defense is
It was
the
ill.
defense was so much better back then than it is now. And I actually said this to Fabian too. The only reason why everybody's shooting like this is because that 2015 finals between the Warriors and Cavs, that was going to determine how the NBA was going to look for the next generation. And look what happened. Everybody's shooting threes. We got big men that came into the league just posting up on the block, maybe take a little midi, like Al Horford. Now he's pulling threes, like he's pulling 7 threes a night.
Insane.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always tell people, like, you go back to that specific final series and everything, you know, after that, that's how you
What
know
year?
the future league. 2015. That was the first Cavs and Warriors finals.
Right.
And then 2016 was the 3-1 Cavs
So
came back.
basically, like a shootout.
Right. That's what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I think it's cool. I think I mean, obviously because our team is amazing at it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
Of course.
Right.
But
When we want to be. I mean,
Yeah, that's
I watched the Thunder game. We shot 8 for 44.
No, that
so
was
it's
a
like,
tough one to
you know
watch,
what I mean?
especially since we were
right when we want to be.
we was up at 10 at halftime and then you threw it away. So that's rough. You know, but that's you win some, you lose some, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm just excited that we're doing great. And
Oh yeah, I love the
last
team.
year I
God,
went to
trust
the
me.
finals. Me and Static went. Me, Static, and JFK.
Another
we went to
Massachusetts legend right there.
yeah,
Static.
Static, super legend. Shout out to him. But yeah, man, we went to the finals. Like, I go every year. I try to go a few times. You know, I always go during big games. I try to make it to like certain
course.
games. But going to the finals as they won the chip last year,
Just hits different.
that was insane, bro.
It's just different.
That was
Like,
dope.
you
There's
know
some
what I mean?
pictures of it on my gram too.
Of course. Now I gotta ask, in a 7-game series, the 2014 Celtics or the 2008 Celtics? Who's winning? 2024 Celtics. Excuse me.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, not the 20. I misspoke. 2024 Celtics versus the 2008 Celtics in a 7-game series. Who's
Man.
catching the dub?
That's a tough one, bro.
I asked this on my
That's a
IG,
tough
and it
one.
literally was 50-50 on the poll.
I'm 50-50 on it, man. Then this, I mean, just the OG, like the fact that they were OGs, I feel like
Yeah.
the 2008 could probably lock them up defensively. But man, who knows, man? Because the squad we got right now is crazy, bro.
It is nuts. No,
this shit is nuts. You just don't even
Yeah.
know who's gonna be the star every night. You know Tatum's gonna drop
Right.
30 every night.
That's the thing.
It's insane,
You know,
dog.
if
These numbers
Tatum
are,
or Jalen don't do it, Porzingis is gonna do it.
these numbers are
a Holiday
crazy
or
right
D
now.
White. It's
Yeah.
like
Numbers, this squad.
Yeah.
But just knowing the heart of a team, how you gonna go against KG?
can't.
You know what I mean?
Can't do it. Yo, he'd feed on Porzingis. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you think Porzingis is made of glass once KG gets in on there.
Nah,
it's
that
like,
would be, man, what a dream matchup, right?
right.
He would probably come off his podcast right now and go play a pickup
100%.
game.
No,
with
you- I-
Porgy-
I watch-
and cook.
I watch him and Pierce's all the time.
And
You can
Cook,
tell they
yeah.
both got the itch. They
Yeah.
both like they unks now.
Two of the
They sit back.
two
Yeah,
of the greatest players of all time.
of course. Nah, they still got the itch. 100%. I want to see them in the big three though. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
definitely.
But to get back to the music, as you had mentioned, it's Static with Shade 45. That is one of the upper echelons of radio stations that is still going strong in a media world where it's all coming to like streaming platforms, music podcasts, et cetera, et cetera. But Shade 45 is that difference maker. It's still going to be there. It's still going to be there forever. So how do you see that specific platform as you've watched it rise over the years, changing with the times? And do you feel like, not specifically Shade 45, but like radio in general will like ever go away and stuff like that?
Man, I think that first of all, I don't think radio is gonna ever go away because there's so many people that still rely on it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that are affected by it, even if you don't want to. Like, hear the radio, you're gonna go grocery shopping. You're gonna go to Target. You're gonna go to the mall. You're gonna go wherever you're gonna go today. You're gonna hear some music, and somebody else is playing it.
Absolutely.
And they don't have time to be DJing. So it's either coming off the radio or a playlist. So, and still, radio has a lot of power. Even now, like with artists, like major artists who have a lot of success and might be jaded by the radio, it's not like they're gonna jump out the window. Even a bigger artist right now would still post on their story that they got played on the radio because it still feels good. You're still getting new fans. You got people hearing your music. It's making you excited. It still has somewhat of a feeling to it. It lost some of the feeling because now we get instant gratification with social media.
You
But
see all the streams that people do on like Apple and Spotify.
but radio gets you more streams on Apple and Spotify.
That's correct.
It's a direct correlation. All the more FM stations you get, or like any station with reach, like a Shade 45, a Sirius XM, that's at any given time 1 million people hearing your song. So even if you only get it played once, it has a reach that's big enough that if it's good, you could get a lot of success off of one spin. Now imagine 5 spins, 10 spins. Imagine shoutouts and DJs playing it long enough that it gets reported back to Meta and people can Shazam it.
Right.
All that shit works, you know. And kind of how you asked me, like, how do you keep doing it? It's like that. Right. It's like you just keep making music. You just keep getting it played. You just keep connecting with the fans. You just keep creating content. You just keep doing top-notch artwork. You know, those are just the standards. Those are the basic standards of what you need to do if you're Term. Like, or somebody that wants to be like Term or in a similar vein. Those are the basics. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you just happen to be like an amazing rapper, great. But even if you're a whack rapper or you're an amazing rapper, you still got to do all those things I said.
Right.
You know, but you only get the
absolutely.
results of, if you're amazing, you get the amazing results. You know,
Yeah, if you're whack, you got the whack
Yeah,
results. Yeah.
son. So people gonna go above and beyond for you if you're dope and you're cool.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of what I take away
Absolutely.
from it.
That's very well
But
put.
Shade, I think it's really helped keep hip hop alive for sure.
Absolutely.
Sirius XM,
100%.
LL station, Shade 45. You know, just all the dope hip hop that we got from the old school stuff to the brand new records. This is not the same format that we always knew, which was FM. These DJs play whatever they want, and that's what all we ever wanted was a shot.
Right.
So shout out to Shade and shout out to the whole
Because I've known
XM.
plenty of rappers from this state that have got onto there because of that.
All day.
And I love seeing that. You know
All
what I mean?
day.
Absolutely.
Static is the GOAT. Like, Static is relentless. You know what I mean? This man has been there for more than 15 years, every single week of his life. And he's not doing it for the bread. He's literally breaking new songs every single week. Like, people don't even understand how much he's done for them. You know, he might not even meet you and play your record, and people now are excited about you just because he gave you a chance. And you might never even have met him. Right. So that's so crazy that, you know, somebody could have that type of influence. And it's good that it's left in the hands of the people like Tony Touch and Static and Sway and, you know, everybody else, Destroy.
You know, we always need our OGs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure, man.
So going off of that, you know, you're kind of like, not kind of, but you mentor a lot of artists right now. You know, you got Nim K, you got Lord Sco, you got Fabian, you know, you've done work with Ishan, Zay, Suriel. So why is it important for you personally to give back to this new generation of rappers where once a lot of OGs will be like, you know, nah, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know, I got it on my own, you get it on your own. It's like, but you come in as that difference maker.
Yeah.
So why mentoring those artists or basically any artist is like important for you to show them how it's done in this rap game?
Yeah, man. I don't like to hold information. You know what I mean? I give the information. If I'm with a younger artist or a newer artist and they want to know how things are done or how they're supposed to be done, I'll just tell them like, yo, look, this is what you got to do. And a lot of times, because I don't like wasting my time, I'll be like, yo, write this down, what I'm telling you, and study it. And next time I talk to you, like, you better know about it, because I'm not telling you more if you're not going to listen to me. Like, why? We're not wasting our time here. Like, so the people that want to listen, they stick around. The people that just act like they want it, but they really just want to be lit on the gram and all that, they kind of fade. All the artists that you named, those are all good people. Those are all people that I root for. You know, I like to see all of them win, especially Nim. She's my artist. She signed to my label. So, you know, working with Nim has been a pleasure. We put together a whole album for her with, like, you know, top quality, top-notch production by big producers. And I just taught her, like, my way of doing things, you know, the ST Records way and the way that I make records as a producer, executive producer, all that type of stuff, picking the right beat. making sure we're talking about the right topics, making sure that it's presented right with art, and then there's the background stuff, like just making sure the business goes right, stuff like that. So that's some stuff that I've been able to do for Nim, and I love giving her opportunities. I love when I tell her like, yo, if you come to New York on this day, I got an opportunity for you. I won't even tell her what it is. I'll just say that, and she'll be like, all right, I'm there. And then she get there, I'm like, all right, bet. Now you on a song with Freeway.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
On the radar.
Because you showed up, but if you didn't, if that day you were like, oh, I can't make it, I'm tired, I'm sick, whatever it is. And I'm not talking about her, just people in life always got an excuse, right? So when you got an excuse and you don't pull up, then you don't get the opportunity. Mm-hmm. That's just it.
That's it.
So you gotta always pull up whenever there's an opportunity and somebody's trying to give you an opportunity.
And these opportunities ain't gonna come around that often.
Nah, for sure. For instance, the first song we did together was the new theme for Water Country, the water park, Water Country.
No shit.
Yeah, we did the new theme.
That's what's up.
Me and Nim.
Hell yeah. I haven't been there in ages.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. So
that's real New England
legend,
shit.
Water Country. That's lit. Yeah, it's lit, right?
Have some fun.
Come on. So after 40 years, they're like, yo, we want to do a rap version.
No shit.
So they called me, right? So I gave her an opportunity. This is the first thing I did for her. I said, yo, can you be at the studio at 6 o'clock tomorrow? She like, yep. I said, I bet. I got an opportunity for you. She pulls up. I'm like, yo, sing this. And then I told her what to sing, and she sang it. They loved it. Within 2 days, we had the deal locked in, and now we got the new Water Country theme
awesome.
song.
Yo,
so
that's a flex.
That's
if
a
you
flex,
from New England,
the vibes.
that's a flex.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I haven't been there in so long. That
I
is
still
so
like the other
awesome.
one better than ours, but because that's classic. But
of course.
if you're gonna make a hip hop one, they chose the right guy.
Oh, 100%. You kidding me? That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Shout out to C Sharp. He didn't produce it. He did background vocals with Nim. They're both singing the.
Oh, that's what's
so
up.
yeah. So they did the sing-songy part, and then I did the rap. My man Nasty produced
Damn, I'm gonna go there this summer.
But yeah, shout out to Pup Dog, man. Pup Dog played it on Jammin' a Bunch and stuff like that, bro. It's like, anytime that Static or Premier or any of the people that has helped me in this game, anytime they would give me an opportunity and was like, yo, Term, you gotta come to New York right now or come to the studio tomorrow. I'm always there, bro. I'm always pulling up. It doesn't matter. I'm dropping what I'm doing. It don't matter if it's gonna cost me a couple $100 to go, get gas money, drive over there, get fresh, whatever. Like, those are those times that, man, when you show up, it makes the difference of your career.
Absolutely.
And that's the type of shit that I be telling the younger artists. You know what I mean?
And that's why I tell people from this state and like even from New England, like, yo, if an opportunity ever comes up to go to New York to work like that, it's a $40 train or bus ride. Mm-hmm. You want to take a flight, you want to be a little bougie, all right, it's an hour.
Worst case scenario, you get on the bus.
Right, that's it. It's like we don't got Fung Hua no more, so you're kind of already safe on the bus. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing the story of Static, running back from Boston, New York, and Boston back.
I take the Fung Hua every week. I had. I had.
It's easy to get there. It was what?
Yeah.
$10, $20.
Back then it was like
that?
$15.
Right.
But if you lived in the 978, you had to get a ride to South Station.
That's true.
And then when you got home, you was in if you lived in Brooklyn, Queens, anywhere else, now you're an hour away. You in Manhattan.
Yeah.
So now you got to figure out how you getting home. So it wasn't a 4-hour trip or 5 hours on the bus. It was 2 hours to get to the bus, 5 hours, then 2 hours to get to your crib.
Right.
So
That's
it was,
true.
and I did it every single Sunday for 3 years.
Absolutely.
Because my daughter lived here on Sunday, and I lived in New York. So in court, you have to see your kid on the day they tell you. If not, you lose your visitation. Damn. So by law, if I didn't want to lose my rights of seeing my kid, I had to come back here every single Sunday.
Damn, wow.
So that's another level of dedication as a father,
right?
And dedication to the music, because I came back just to be a dad on the days I could be, and then I went back to rap every single week. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. Like,
that's why it's cool how documented your career is, and like all these little moments that people don't see behind the scenes. But if they watch a podcast like this, on interviews you do, it's like, it's a library of information.
Yeah, it is, man.
So that's what's up. But to go into a little somber moment, because recently, it was Mac Miller's birthday.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They dropped Balloonerism, his newest posthumous tape that's out right now. It's a very good album. To me personally, who has listened to it, is, as a fan of Mac, it was a little haunting in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I heard some of the lyrics, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? knowing what happened to him, you know, it really is like tough. And I also remember the tape you did over Dilla Beats, you know, If Heaven Was a Mile Away,
Yeah.
which for my money also was one of your more important pieces of work, just because of how good the dedication was to Dilla with that.
Thank you.
So, being fans of these artists, you know, it is tough to move on, and like even 6 years later, it's kind of wild to think that, you know, Mac ain't here no more.
Yeah.
So, when those losses, you know, happen to you because, you know, your relationship with them was a little bit closer than maybe a fan's was, you know, how did you handle it and kind of pick up the pieces to continue to go forward? And what would you say, like, people who's fans of Mac Miller or Dilla or anybody we've lost over the years, like, to actually, like, you know, face reality and realize, like, yo, unfortunately, they're not here anymore with us?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, rest in peace, Mac. He was a friend. He was a great guy. I never knew Dilla. That was more of a dedication I did. So I didn't know him, just a huge fan. But with Mac, he was my actual friend. So that was crazy because, like, I met him when he was a kid. He was, like, 18.
Like, you were that young OG for him.
For sure, sure. And it's pretty well documented that I'm the first famous feature. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It was me and then Wiz, like, around the same time.
Yeah.
The first two people to co-sign him. And Static, of course, did the beat. So it's just like, so it's crazy. It was crazy for me to be, like, in the room with him when he's, like, a young kid and he don't got a fan base yet. And then 6 months later, now he's popping. Then 6 months later, now he's gold, platinum.
Unbelievable.
Now he's with
Up there, like,
celebrity.
all-time
he's
great,
doing
like,
crazy
you know
stuff.
what I'm
So it was great to see him. And every time we saw each other after, it was always love. So I definitely cried. It was definitely sad. And it sucks. Same with Sean Price. Sean Price was my real friend. Right. You know what I mean? And we're coming up on the 10th anniversary of his passing too. So it sucks, man. It sucks. But, you know, you just want the best for them, their legacy, and their family. That's it. So I'm happy they dropped that project for him. You know, whether or not, it's kind of like listening to Pac. Pac was always saying on all his albums, they're going to kill me. I'm going to die. They're trying to murder me. So then it happened. It's like, yeah, he do it. And then
Biggie too.
Same, Ready to Die, Life After Death. And then same with Mac, at least with his later work, he was talking about doing drugs and, you know, being consumed in depression and things of that nature. So, yeah, man, this artist life, the stuff that we say, a lot of times is real life. We're really going through all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But, yeah, shout out to all those legends, man.
And I got to give a shout out to, you know, Mac's estate, because I've seen, you know, recently with, like, you know, with the Juice WRLD and, like, the XXX, like, they really milk that stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of, like, milking of, like, the content of theirs, and it just sucks to look at because it's, like, in a way, you know, that's not what they would want it, but you take a look at, you know, what Mac Miller's estate is doing, 92 Till Infinity. Yeah. It's very careful and calculated, and they're actually doing it in a way that honors him.
Yeah, no.
So I love that. Absolutely.
Yeah, they represented him right. I like to see that. Sometimes, man, when we do this rap stuff, right, most of the rappers, I've come across at least half of them, they don't have their business right. So if you die, you don't even know who's in charge of your stuff because there's so much stuff floating around, and a lot of it doesn't have paperwork, and it gets real messy, man. So when you asked me earlier, like, what's some advice I would give the up and coming artists, that's the number one advice is, like, try to get your business right. So you don't do all this stuff for nothing. Right. You know what I mean?
You want to make sure your legacy is intact.
Yeah, that's man, for sure. Said. Like, even write a will. Like, yo, I got 5 albums. I wrote 5 albums. All right, well, what if you die right now? Who owns those 5 albums? If you didn't write it down nowhere, anybody could take those 5 albums. You can't even sue them. So it's like shit gets real crazy. So, you know, you want to write down, yo, I own these 5 albums. I copyrighted it. I trademarked it. I'm the owner. And maybe if I die, it goes to my kids or it goes to this person, or sell it for this much, give the money to my mom.
Because this is shit you got to think
it's
about.
real shit,
you know what
I'm saying?
This is real life. And it's
which
shit
is why you're saying that some of the rapper shit is messy.
Right.
And, you know, thankfully, Mac's people kept his shit intact, but some of the others didn't, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Real shit.
But that's why, you know, that's kind of like when I got this interview, that was definitely like one of the questions I did want to ask you, because as a fan of Mac I am, and just you have seen
Mac,
that. It's
man.
like,
Mac is the man.
It really is crazy.
Mac told Static when we first met him, he like, yo, my 2 favorite rappers is Big L and Termanology.
That's what's up.
And I was like, this, but mind you, I'm looking at him like a little kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm meeting an 18-year-old kid who's on his first mixtape. I'm not meeting Mac Miller that everybody knows. So I'm
Right.
yeah. I'm messing with him, you know. I'm like, yeah, I can hear it. I can hear that you like my style, like stuff like that. Just joking, like who's gonna get on the song, have a better verse. And we did 2 songs that night. One of them blew up, 82, 92.
Of course.
The other one was
Instant
just
classic.
it was a freestyle. And I wish we just made a real song because we would have had that too. But it was just a freestyle we did.
Yeah.
It was called Paid in Full Freestyle. And by that time, we were twisted because we had like mad bottles of Henny. We were smoking, like we were bad. It was like 3 a.m. We were both like standing up like this, but shit, we got it out. It's a cool memory that we have that. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, bro.
And the third song we have is called Happy Days. It's me, Mac, Boys to Men, and Bun B.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it's called Happy Days. Check that out too.
Hell yeah.
That's a
what's
sleeper.
up.
People don't really know about because 82, 92 was an underground hit.
Right.
You know, and people put that in Mac's catalog with his greatest features. It has almost 30 million views on Spotify. I think 27 million in past or something just on Spotify.
Like easily something like when you look back at Mac Miller's career, especially at the start, like that's the track you go
yeah,
to.
definitely. A lot of people found me through Mac and Mac through me and Static,
Right.
you know? But anyway, the Happy Days is just slept on for some reason. It didn't.
I mean, look who's in it. You know what I
It's
mean?
crazy,
That's, like,
and it didn't go.
that's a
so,
starting 5 right there. Of
yeah,
like an
that's a
all-time
crazy
rap,
squad
you know what I
right
mean?
there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, me, Static, Mac, Bun B,
Boys to Men. It's
Boys
like,
to Men. Shout out to
damn.
Sean Stockman.
of course.
So yeah, man, legendary stuff in my catalog. You know, like you said,
Absolutely.
you can binge it. You can go
Right.
back. On my Bandcamp is the best place for you to find my music. I'll tell you why, because it has all 53 of my projects. You can download them all for free, or you can buy them, right? Whereas you go on Spotify, you're only gonna find 30, because some of them are
Apple Music's
mixtapes.
only 32.
Yeah,
Yep.
so, some of them are mixtapes. Some of them are, you can't use those beats because somebody else owned the beats, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those are all on Bandcamp because you could just
I'm
let
glad
people
you
hear
said
it
that.
for the free.
Yeah, I'm glad
50
you said
Bodies has 7 volumes.
Damn.
50 Bodies 1 through 7. That's 50 verses, so that's 350 songs that you can hear for free just on that mixtape series.
Right. And people
know what
don't
I
even use Bandcamp. Like they
Yeah.
like it flies so
No,
under the radar
Bandcamp
still.
is the
And-
shit.
but it's been around. Like you know what I mean?
My
It's-
Bandcamp is lit. I make a
Yeah.
lot of bread on there.
That's
I
what's up.
sign I'll sell my book on there. You can go on there, buy a book, Teknology signed. You can buy that. You get one of these for free, the Monster Energy 8x10. Like I'm all for the merch. I love merch.
Cool.
That's always
I do
been
too.
my
I love
thing.
having physical stuff.
Yeah,
of that. That's
me
why
too.
you know what I mean.
That's the first
Yeah.
thing I noticed was the Celtics coat, the hat.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
got the NBA socks
I
on.
I need
I'm like,
that.
this
Yo,
guy
I
got the
I
drip.
got the
yeah.
shirt too and
Nah, I
shit like
love
that. I
it.
got the whole fit going on here. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna send you some funny
Right.
pics of me. I used to go back in the days when we were playing, when the Celtics team with Pierce
Yeah.
was playing LeBron, like Cavs
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
LeBron, and it was like back then,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Miami LeBron. Like we
Yeah.
used to go. We had season tickets. One of my mans had them at that time,
what's up. That's
so
my
we was
dream.
just going all the time, like
Yeah.
for free. Like we were turning it down. We were going
Yeah.
so much, and when we hit the playoffs, me and Deadeye, we went over there with no shirt. Green paint all over our face. He got an afro.
Yeah.
I had a mohawk, green, everything. It shit was crazy. I'm gonna send you the pics. Crazy.
100%.
Fanatic
That's awesome.
shit.
I
Yeah,
love
fanatic
that.
shit.
You know, I love stories like that. Actually, I did buy when you were doing the signed version of the second Paul Wall joint with you and Paul Wall. I bought that, so I have that at my house.
Thank you.
Signed by you and
The
Paul
start,
Wall.
finish,
it's a-
repeat, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what's up. Because I tell that to people all the time. I told Fabian on that too when he was planning on dropping vinyl. It's like, there's an awesome vinyl collection on the wall, like next to me right
Yeah.
here at A-Way Studios. Me personally, I'm in the business of buying the local stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's the people whose money I want to give
That's
my
real.
money to.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
real.
I'd rather put that in the hands of like an established guy.
Yeah, that's gangster.
So that's like I'm slowly working on my local vinyl
yeah,
collection.
I got
so,
a few crates of all local.
right. Exactly.
I've done it like that since a teen. I started collecting vinyl when I was like 15.
yeah.
And
It's
I got
a
my
great collection.
original crate,
Right.
and I turned it into 50. Like now I got a whole wall.
Yeah.
But I got my original crate. Like I could show you like my records that I bought in '96. They got because Newberry Comics had the date on it.
Mhm.
So it would
Shout
be
out
the week
Newberry.
of the
My
release.
favorite store in all
Yeah.
of New England. I love Newberry
Real
Comics.
shit.
You kidding me?
It was a big deal, man, when we got our music in Newberry.
Of course.
This is way pre-streaming.
Absolutely.
Like you would go in there to
hell
buy
yeah.
the new Wu Tang and buy the new Termanology. What?
Right.
Mind blown. You know?
Exactly.
And this is me. Like this is in Haverhill High. Like this is like I graduated in 2002. You feel me? So
Yeah.
like I had a record out when I was still in high school already,
Nice.
of
That's
vinyl.
nice. Yeah.
That's how long I've been rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been lit. I've
Aging
been-
like fine wine,
I've
bro.
been
Come
lit
on
since
now.
high school,
Right.
for real.
Exactly.
That's
Oh.
cool, man. I love it.
But yeah, salute to Newberry Comics because I used to go to the store in City Hall and then there was a store right across the street where Government Center is that was like downstairs. But obviously, there's still one in Faneuil Hall where I got my family business. So I'd be in there a lot. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the original one on Newbury Street. But again, Newbury Comics is a place that is near and dear to my heart for that specific reason.
There's so many
I used to go
in-stores
in for the collectibles and shit, but like literally like during my iPod era and like when I had the the CD disc right here, that's how we used to listen to music.
Bits, man, hell yeah.
That's where I got all my tracks from. Was Newbury.
I have the craziest CD collection you're ever gonna see, bro. I promise you.
I gotta see it one day.
It's in the thousands.
Because the one CD I still got that's a physical one, other than the Start Finish Repeat that you and Paul Wall signed, Kanye West's Graduation. That's amazing. That's
I got
like
all the Kanye's. I got all of them.
I love that, and I'll never get rid of that.
I got crazy shit.
But as you mentioned, Monster Energy, you're one of the only rappers I see with that type of endorsement that's going that hard. And actually, it's funny. I had, obviously, as I was growing up, I had known of you, but one of the first times that I actually heard your music outside of my earphones was at the Do Tour. Okay. That used to do the skateboarding and shit. Because when I was, coming up in middle school, early high school, I was obsessed with skateboarding. Okay. I had the SBs. I've been to the Street League. I went to the Do Tour at the Garden a couple times because my community center got us free tickets. Nice. I remember hearing Termanology. I'm like, damn, that's what's up. So then, I see that, you got the Monster Energy thing. So it kind of goes like what Jay-Z said. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? And I've heard rap about entrepreneurship all the time. You with the Monster Energy drink. Mm-hmm. First of all, how did the Monster Energy sponsorship come for you? And then you kind of took the ball and ran with it from there.
It all came through Static, because Static was signed to Monster. So he was doing festivals with Monster, and he'd invite me like, yo, you want to come rock a couple songs? Yo, you want to come to Hawaii? I'm like, yeah, I want to come to Hawaii. Yeah. So next thing you know, I'm in Hawaii rocking festival, Powwow Festival, different festivals. And then basically my guy Kether at Monster, Static, we all just had a conversation one night in the club in Hawaii. It was like, yo, you want to be one of Monster's artists? I'm like, hell yeah. Because Static is a DJ, I'm a rapper. Made sense. And ever since then, man, we're all family now. You know what I'm saying? We got Bun B on the squad now. Royce the 5'9" is Monster Energy. You got my man 2J's. He's one of the illest sneaker collectors of all time. Nems is Monster. Benny the Butcher's Monster. So they've, over the last 5 years, they signed all those guys I just said. Me and all those guys I just said, which is a really great group of real artists that make real art. Mm-hmm. And absolutely, you don't see us forcing it. It's like we do this shit. We're real dope artists that do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love the Monster family, man. Those guys are great. And I love my brothers, man. Bun B, Static,
that's so
Nems,
that's just so cool how the brand is just like the team now. You know what I mean?
It's we do cool shit.
Right, exactly.
There's nothing. We went to Dreamville.
That's unbelievable.
Right? We're sitting there, me, Nems, Static. Yeah. We all monstered out, monster clothes in a monster tent, watching Usher. Right there, where the door is, we're this close to Usher. Yeah. Because we went over there and repped, you know what I'm saying? It represented Monster music. Because there's Monster Energy, then there's Monster music. Right. So we're all signed to Monster music, but it's all through Monster Energy. Right. You know what I mean?
Because, the endorsements I see, obviously, I'm a big, UFC's got Monster Energy right in the middle right in the middle of the mat. You know what I'm saying? Every single pay-per-view, along with a plethora of other ads they're running on the mat. But you usually, with artists, you wouldn't think that someone's like, yo, I got this sponsorship, and it's like, yo, it's something you would see an athlete with, not an artist.
Yeah, that's why I think they started the Monster music side of it, right? Because they do heavy with the BMX, they do heavy with the
X
UFC,
Games and shit like that,
X Games, all that. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Jay too, man. Jay is like my main guy over there, and he makes a lot of stuff happen for us too.
That's what's up. I love that.
We got a good squad, man.
So as you just said, one of the last questions I do want to ask you, because I'm curious. You said you were in Hawaii. You've been a worldwide toured rapper. Yeah. I got to know the one place that you thought wouldn't rock with your music that did. Yeah. And then the one place that you haven't performed that you would like to.
Damn. Man, that's a good question. Yeah. I think when I started really going to other countries that were really far, like when I went to Thailand, dying to go to Thailand. I went to Thailand. I went to China.
That's awesome. Damn.
I went to Japan. multiple times. I went to
Tokyo, bro.
I went to Korea. I mean, some of those really far places.
Yeah, that's the other side of the world.
We went to Lebanon. And,
That's dope.
And it was deep. Like, it was like, yo, tanks, you got to stop, wait, come up, AK, check the whip. Like, it's real shit.
Yeah.
Like, some of these places you're going to, it's real shit.
Yeah.
I went to Serbia.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, I've been to all over Europe, Ireland, London, Switzerland, Germany, Poland a bunch of times. Like, all the, too many to name, but Bratislava, like, this cool Alaska, you know what I'm saying?
Cool, yeah, that cool
like,
shit,
you
right?
pull up to Alaska and they pull up, yo, this is my shit.
Yeah, pull up in the snowmobile
and the whip,
like that,
yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
crazy
Right.
shit. Just the whole America, man. I've been to almost every state. I've been to 47 states out of the 50.
That's what's up.
So I just gotta this year in 2025, I'm gonna visit the last three so I can.
Okay. What are the last three?
The last three is Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas.
You ain't never been to Louisiana. You would love New Orleans.
Everybody
bro.
keeps telling me,
yo, you would
gotta
love.
go to. Yeah.
You would love.
I'm
New
a drink
Orleans.
champ too. Like
exactly,
I could get down with the liquor, as you see. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Because you can walk on the street with that.
Nah, I heard, man. A lot of people I know go there and have connects there. And,
I think you could do I think you could do if you did like a mini tour and you did like Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas.
Just bang it out
right
1
there,
week,
because
right?
they're all right next to each other.
That's a good idea,
what I'm saying, right? They're all right next to each other.
All right.
Biloxi, Mississippi too, because that's the beach spot.
My
you know
newly
what I mean?
appointed road manager is in the building.
Yeah.
I think we got something for him to do.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
You
come
know what
on,
I'm saying?
now, yeah.
He got to earn it, right?
Right, exactly.
Give me that.
Yo,
give me the Bible Belt.
Right, give me a reason to go to New
trifecta
Orleans
tour.
too. By the way, give me that. Give me
yeah.
a reason. Come on.
Nah, I mean that's the live music capital of the world, there, and
Right.
also Austin, Texas. I love South by and all that. But I mean, man, it's something about that New Orleans that that live music that I always wanted to go see. I always wanted to go see.
Like you
can't wait.
You've been inspired multiple times in your career. I feel like this will give you that next level of inspiration because just from like all the jazz musicians that have been there, they got a Louis Prima statue right there.
Bro. It's in
Louis
the air,
Armstrong, like it's like what I'm saying.
Creation,
this is jazz, like
the creation of an American.
Right. Oh, the soul, like you know what I'm saying. That's
know?
like where the soul comes from and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm telling you right now, bro. You're gonna love New Orleans.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm excited for you.
Shout out to
what I
all
mean?
those places I said and the places that didn't, because there's some obvious ones.
Right,
I love LA. I love Miami. I love there's different places.
Yeah.
Orlando, I love. Houston has become like a second home because I did so much work with Bun and so much work with Paul that I'm over there. 2, 3, 4 times a year now. Videos, studio sessions, and they've embraced me too. There's a lot of places I love. I love going to Denver. It's always love out there. Mad friends. 420 friendly vibes, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. I'm hoping I can go to a UFC event this year though. Yeah. I'm hoping because we were talking about that.
Right.
I'm putting that in the air. I definitely want to go to.
I want to
one.
get back to one too. I want to get because I'm going to Vegas for WrestleMania, but
fire.
Because it's John Cena's last one. But that's my goat.
Right.
West Newbury, Massachusetts representing.
Let's go.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
I gotta go.
That's a Massachusetts rapper right there.
Exactly. Oh, come on. Yeah. It's one of the most underrated Massachusetts rappers right there.
He got bigger songs than most of the Massachusetts
rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Rappers.
Exactly. The people that have been doing it
Everybody
for a while.
knows that. Dun, 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 dun.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. You know that shit.
Listen, I was a real fan. I pulled up to school in both of his spinner chains. One when he had the United States title, and he put the spinner, and then he put the WWE title in the spinner.
He's from around here, right?
West Newbury, Massachusetts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout
right.
out to the legend.
His dad be around here a lot too, so that's what's up.
That's dope.
But before we get out of here, Term, anybody you want to give a shout out to right now? I usually allow this time right now for the guest to do so. So
yeah,
the
man.
floor is yours.
Shout out to my whole show off fam. Shout out to the ST fam. Shout out to my man Pat LeBon. Shout out to the whole Good Dad gang. Everybody down with the Good Dad gang. Shout out my Monster Music brothers. And just look out for a lot of stuff coming up, man. We got a lot more music coming out this year. Gonna drop another 5, 6 albums this year. I'm already at 53, so 54, March 27th, number 54 drops. Then I think we're doing something on 420. That'll be 55. We already at 55, so we might as well
60
keep
by
it.
the end of the year,
Yeah,
maybe?
we probably get to 60 by the end of the year.
Right.
Why not? That's the new goal.
Exactly.
Let's get it.
Why not? Right.
You heard it here first. We
Right.
get to 60 by the end of the year. Let's go.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And of course, give them their IGs, your Twitter feed,
at Termanology ST. You know what I'm saying? You could follow me on everything, on X, Facebook, IG, all that good shit. I'm really on IG. I be hitting the fans back. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to NMK. She's up next. Her album is up next. Let's go. ST Doc.
Covering all the bases. I love it.
Boom.
But ladies and gentlemen, if you love this episode, I'm sure you did. I just interviewed a legend, one of my biggest episodes to date. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like and comment on this video, and always hit that subscribe button to help grow the channel further. I've been hitting my social media goals so far on both IG and YouTube, so I appreciate every single person who has either followed or subscribed. If you don't know where to follow me on IG, as I said at the top of the episode, the Say That Instagram is say_that_pod, and my personal is REPETE617. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see you in the next episode. The road to 100 Say That episodes chugs on. And you know what I'm about to say, I say it all the time. Don't say this, say that. And we'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.